Hello, live back in North Yorkshire. It is your friend and mine. It's Dan Rhodes.
Woo! I'm back, baby. Yeah.
And Matt.
You missed me, didn't you? You plebs.
Well, when you say stuff like that, no. And this is episode 81. I'm Matt Hoss, and this is Miff Podcast. We're back, Dan.
We are back. High five.
Also, for the first ever time, we're drinking during this.
Whoa! Tink the beer. No, that's the saddest sound I've ever heard. Try again.
We sound like an old...
Why is it not tinking?
Right, because we got... Right, let's just talk this through for the listeners, because, right, there's a lot of excitement, because we haven't seen each other for a while, but what I've done, because we've got some beers for the house, because I wrapped them up in tissue, because my brother told me when he was at university, if you wrap it up in tissue, when you got room temperature beer, and put water over it and put it in the freezer, it'll cool down faster.
And it has kind of worked, actually. We didn't have these in the fridge very long.
But when we tried to clink, it was tissue on tissue, so I think that's... Let's try it again. You gotta rip off a part, you gotta...
I've ripped off enough.
Oh, I don't think it's gonna be good. Alright, well... Right.
Am I ripping it all off?
Oh, yeah, if you want. You don't have to.
Well, you just did like some kind of heathen.
See, this is why I feel like I haven't missed you that much.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, you good? Alright.
Oh, yeah, it must have been my teenage years.
Sorry, wet tissue. Oh no. Alright, here we go. The clink of the century. I said clink. 3, 2...
Welcome back!
Yay! Welcome to Miffs!
Welcome to Miffs.
I'm Matt Hoss.
And I'm Dan Rhodes. Whether you know about Theseus or you're revising your syllabus,
If you want tales with a bit of jest, or you just want to hear about incest.
what?
What? It's really interesting.
Welcome to Miffs. Welcome to Miffs.
Alright, Dan, so how's it been for the last 5 weeks? We haven't barely talked to you. You've left us an array of different voice messages.
Have I enjoyed not having to do... Well, I don't do any work anyway. Have I enjoyed doing even less work? Yes, I have. I've really enjoyed it.
So let's talk about
It's
how
been
much...
great.
Because obviously, if you're just tuning in, for the last 5 weeks I've got guest hosts which I've booked and talked to and researched, and I've edited the podcast.
Because me and Matt were too far away in distance.
Yeah, so I thought for the Edinburgh period we would just do it with guests. So Dan, for the last 5 weeks, what have you contributed?
I've contributed. A few of them, but not all of them, I listened to and gave feedback on.
That's a bad minimum, I would say.
I listened to and gave feedback on.
Okay.
I left funny voicemails.
Mm-hmm.
I'll scratch that. I left voicemails.
Okay, how many of them were they unprompted? Like, you thought, oh, Matt's got a new episode out this week.
One. And it was the one that you then said that guy wasn't doing it, so I had to read another one.
Yeah, it was good. That was a really good one as well. That was the only funny one, but no, it's good.
Do you remember that one voicemail I left? I won't say who it was for, but you know when I did it and then I had to message you and say, do you want me to do it again because I was a bit rude?
Yeah, you mocked their name, and I was like,
yeah, I was like,
bear in mind
they're doing us a favour.
Yeah.
And I've never met this person before.
Yeah,
and that would have been
stupid name now.
Stupid name.
But yeah, I feel like a lot's happened in the last 5 weeks. I've just got home from Edinburgh Fringe, and Dan, what do you think the Edinburgh Fringe has done for me? Like, both emotionally, career-wise. How do you think it's took its toll?
I would say I'm going to rank this on 4 categories.
Yeah, the 4 categories.
4 categories. Life skills, I'd say you're probably got more life skills.
-5, I'd say, comedy-wise.
-5 comedy-wise, but also +5 tenacity.
Yeah.
You've learned how that you can do several gigs a day.
Yeah.
For a long time.
Yeah.
You've got that. You've got that drive enough to do that.
Yeah.
Morals, I'm sure you did some
some
awful things.
I ate a lot of pies.
Yep.
I know that's what you're not referencing. But
No, I'm sure you did some stuff.
Yeah.
I'm sure you said something inappropriate to a woman.
I didn't fall in love with it.
Creativity, I'm sure your gigs got better.
Well, it's kind of dripping with charm here, Dan.
Do you think they got better?
Well, I think I did pretty well.
WTF? I bet there's a lot of WTF.
I think morals and WTF have crossed over quite. Yeah, let's not go into them. But Dan, it's not about what you have to say. It's about what the critics have to say.
Yeah, let's read some reviews from Matt's Edinburgh Fringe. That's what we all want to hear.
So what we're going to do, we're going to play What's a Publication. So I'll be reading out a couple of a couple of quotes, and Dan and you, dear listener, you get to guess which publication it's from. I'll give you 3 options. It's a multi-choice one, and you can guess it from the following.
I'm up for it.
Okay, so I did this. I thought I'd do this for the podcast as well, so hopefully you'll enjoy it. So I think this kind of sums up my Fringe, if you know what I mean. So here we go. If we do it like a jingle, kind of thing, like I've called it the review game. Guess that publication.
Guess the publication. Matt's review game.
Yeah, nice. I miss you, Dan. It's been good. So
It's nice to be back, not having to chug away at someone who doesn't really know the format.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like because like I said this like just
Worst guest host?
I'm not going to answer that.
Best guest?
They're all very good, no offense. And honestly, just to say thank you to
Thanks for everyone.
So thank you to Archie Maddox, Nicky Wilkinson, Josh Pugh, Morgan Rees, and Carl Donnelly for stepping in as well. And thank you to them.
You smashed it, guys.
Yeah, thank you so much. But that being said, I don't have to explain the podcast anymore. I can just people know the vibe. People know what this is as well. But trying to explain
We know the dynamic.
When you bring in non-Miffsters, people who aren't part of the tribe, it's quite hard to explain. Like, people are very harsh on the scoring system, I would say.
They are,
especially
yeah.
morals. It's, they do take a dropping when you're not there. But what else took a dropping? My ego in the review game.
Back to the publication game.
Here we go. Question number 1. So guess the publication. So the first quote is, "He is comical, lovable, and fun to be in a room with." Now, is that A, The Times, B, The Guardian, or C, Get the Chance Wales, a blog run by a small Welshwoman. Sorry, a small blog run by a Welshwoman. And a below, sorry, go on.
Okay.
Well, is it The Times, The Guardian, or a small Welsh blog?
Probably a small Welsh blog.
Yes, you're correct. She was meant to come on the 4th of August, which was a really good gig, but she missed it because the previous show ran over by 45 minutes, which is probably a lie. So she came the next day on the 5th, which was a shite gig.
Okay, good for her.
So the next, you have to guess.
She said nice things there.
Yes, she did. But you have to guess what stars I got from them as well. So, guess how much stars that was.
Out of 5.
It's out of 5.
A 3.
2 stars.
2, okay.
2 stars, okay.
2 stars.
That's okay, so we've got plenty of others to work through.
Yeah.
So, number 2 is... so I'm trying to get poll quotes here, and what poll quotes are is like trying to make you sound so good. Like people have written evidence that you've done good. So the next poll quote is, check out this. A newish comic. Not all of them are good poll quotes, but...
Okay, what are the options?
A newish comic. So A, Chortle.
Okay, Chortle, yeah.
B, Broadway Baby. Or C, The Telegraph.
That's probably Chortle.
Yeah, 2 out of 2, a newish comic, because they really didn't want to give me a pull quote, so they put newish because they featured me. So guess the stars on that.
3 stars.
They didn't actually see me review it.
Okay.
that was a feature. So number 3. So here's another pull quote. Self-deprecation humour will always be welcome in Scotland, but when it's so relentlessly pursued without tone and pitch, it becomes hard to watch. It simply became distressing. Not all of them are good quotes, but like...
That's a good quote, from a hilarious point of view.
So is that A, Time Out, B, We Review, or C, Evening Standard?
That's We Review.
That is a We Review. What star rating?
They gave you probably 2 stars.
It's a 2 stars!
Yeah. Not a 1 star though, that's a 1 star quote. But a 2 star, that's not bad. In that case, you won.
They said some nice things, but I think they came to the worst gig of the Fringe, I think. And
Okay.
it's like, I at that point was just, I don't know, for people.
That's a harsh review, but fair play.
Number 3, overly sentimental and sickeningly sweet. Now is that A, Broadway World, B, 3 Weeks, or C, the British Comedy Guide. The British Comedy Guide.
Whatever the first one was.
Broadway World.
Yeah.
So the quote is overly sentimental and sickeningly sweet.
Yeah.
You went for Broadway World. That's incorrect.
It's British Comedy Guide.
No.
Fuck.
It was actually my ex-girlfriend. Got a bit of a trick, that one. 2 stars.
2 stars, yeah.
Number 5 is... Oh, I'll do we've got a couple more, okay? I'll throw this one out there. This is a jokey one, but they do say another one. I'll be honest, there isn't a huge amount to say about Matt Hoss. That's a good... but let me just...
Did I write that?
Yeah. Can I just read out the line they put before? And this is what they opened up with. It said, I think this is honestly one of the nicest things that anyone's quotes. It said, Oh my, oh my, oh my. Matt Hoss, what a unique individual. They got the show! They understood it perfectly! That's a good... They got that. But then after that they go, I'll be honest, there isn't a huge amount to say about Matt Hoss. It's like, those don't correlate, do
No, they are very
like,
opposing.
Whoa, what a unique individual. But there's nothing to say. But he said after that it goes largely positive. So was that Binge Fringe, B, Minge Fringe, or C, the Ting Tings Fringe Fringe?
That is Binge Fringe.
It's Binge Fringe, and how many stars?
3 stars.
Yes,
Good job.
Okay, we got 2 more. Award-winning confessional yet sentimental comedian with a journey about self-acceptance. Was that A, the Daily Mail, B, the Skinny, or C, 3 Weeks?
Skinny.
Incorrect. It was my own press release, which I gave it 2 stars. And the final one is the final one is a fat vegan. So someone wrote this about me.
No, they didn't.
A fat vegan.
A fat vegan. What else did it say? Do you know what else it said?
It said, Matt Hoss, he describes himself as a fat vegan. But then again, they really went in hard on it. It's like, wow, he's fat vegan. Wow, what a fat vegan. And I don't even do that routine anymore. Do you know what I mean? So was that...
Well, you lost a lot of weight.
Yes.
You used to be like, ha, I'm chubby and a vegan.
Well, that's it.
But that's not you anymore.
And let me get into that after this. Okay. Was it A, Vegan Life magazine, B, people who don't like me on Twitter, or C, my mum?
Definitely your mum.
And he incorrects all of the above. Because Vegan Life magazine did that. They said it about me. And also Viva magazine, which I've got a copy of. And they're advertising a comedy night with some vegans in October at the Birmingham Glee Club. Come along if you're interested. And it's a really awesome lineup. But the bit they don't ask me for any copy, because usually they do. But for mine, it's like, yeah, fat vegan Matt Hoss. I was like, oh, didn't ask you to write that. And they go, oh, we actually think he's pleasantly chubby. It's like, you haven't talked to me for the last...
I always thought that was weird when people are like, oh, I don't get how he's vegan. Like, I know a friend who's vegan and not small. And they always say, oh yeah, I don't really get how he's a vegan and he's bigger. But then, I mean, I'm literally watching it right now. People who are vegan can still smash Skittles in a beer.
Oh, yeah. I'm kind of in holiday mode at the moment. I'm eating beer, hummus, Skittles. I'm very much...
you can still eat a lot of unhealthy stuff.
Especially in Edinburgh, like I'm going for especially when it's convenient at that point, you're just eating pie. I go to a place called Pie Maker, which do the best pies in the world, and it's so good and very convenient. And so you're just you're not eating healthily all the time as well. So yeah, and but what annoys me about that is when people go like, oh well, vegans, what can you eat? You can't eat anything. You die of starvation. But then they say it's unhealthy, but also you're malnourished at the same time. It's like, well, those two don't necessarily correlate. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It just annoys me. You know what I mean? And I as a fat vegan to prove other people wrong as well. So I sacrifice my own love life and my own health. But Dan. So we were kind of out for a bit. Did you enjoy your break?
I really enjoyed my break, yeah. I'm happy to be back though, it's good.
Yeah, so...
Because I was really not enjoying the last few episodes, but this is great.
Did you not enjoy it because I was the focus of it? Or?
No, I mean like the last ones we did.
Well...
I really needed a break away from, this really difficult job.
Yeah.
It's good sometimes to take a step back and then realise what I was missing.
So did you miss the podcast?
I did, yeah, a little bit, actually.
So, to give you a treat, we're going to go back to the Aeneid now.
Woo!
Yeah, so let's go to a jingle and let's talk admin. So
what the hell happened in the last Aeneid? Where did we last... What happened? Give us the run through, go on.
No, well, hold the phone for a sec. So, obviously for the last 5 episodes we had the break and the comedy plays, which were good, but... we haven't really talked about the Aeneid. Literally, we haven't seen each other for a while, and we haven't done any research for this. So
no, we're just basically carrying on from where we left off. So assuming that we both remember where we left off 5 weeks ago.
I know the story, but I'm really interested because I
can remember some of the stuff.
Okay, tell me what you remember, and then let's see what happens.
I remember that the Aeneid was the Roman version. Or the Greek version of the Odyssey.
Yeah, Roman version.
Roman version of the Odyssey.
Yeah. So what happened in the story?
It follows Aeneas.
Yep, who is it?
Goes on a journey.
Are you still on for time?
He goes on a journey, and various things have happened to him.
Where did he leave?
He left...
Which place got destroyed?
Athens. Carthage.
Troy.
He left Troy. Of course he did.
Yeah.
He was Trojan, wasn't he? Yeah, we saw it from the Trojan perspective.
Yeah, so he left
Yeah,
Troy.
because he saw his dead wife. That was weird.
Yeah, Cruiser.
Yeah.
He left Troy.
He left Troy.
Cruiser's an important part.
He's rescuing people.
He left his.
He's on his way to the Promised Land.
Yeah, so he's trying to find. He's on. He has to find Rome, but he has to get his descendants to find Rome, and so he's an important part of that lineage. But within that, though, he left Troy with his son Ascanius.
Yep.
And his dad called Anchises, and they do like a whole adventure bit where they go do like the Odyssey, but then
there are monsters and people.
Then Anchises dies.
He does,
and so after then they go to Carthage.
They do. I knew Carthage was in it.
And who do they meet at Carthage?
A princess,
queen,
a queen
called. She has a white flag. That's it.
She's French.
Nice. I won't wave my white flag that your flag.
Namibians. Namubius. It begins with N.
No, it doesn't.
It begins with C.
No.
A, B, C, D.
Yeah.
There we go. Dionysi. No, that's a god. I don't know.
Dido.
Dido.
Yeah, Dido.
Oh, of course, yeah.
You don't sound convinced.
No, I don't know.
Dido was the queen. Basically,
90s.
Aeneas went to there. He accidentally got married to this woman because
didn't Cupid make her fall in love with him? I remember that bit.
It feels like GCSE revision class.
It does, yeah.
So they accidentally fall in love, but he has to leave because the gods force him to leave.
Of course, they get married secretly in a cave, bit 12th Night style, and then they. I mean, they play off 12th Night. Yeah. And then they go, and then I remember the last episode was they landed up on an island, and then whilst they were there, they were like, "Hey, join us for some funeral games."
Absolutely, and the funeral games are in for whom? Who did they? For who just died? Well, who died about a couple of years ago?
So it is his dad?
Yeah, Anchises.
Oh, yeah.
They do it at that place. Similarly, and if you remember, some of the ships got burnt by Juno, made some of the children come.
There's not many people. There's only like one ship left, right? There's not many men left.
And the weak Trojans have stayed behind. All the strong Trojans, the people who become the Romans, they went on their way. So the strongest people went like that. But
I also remember that during the funeral games, a guy punched a bull. He knocked a bullet.
Yeah, you're true. It's nice that you remember not the important details like Dido.
A guy punched a cow to death.
But that, yeah.
He one punch killed a cow.
Yeah.
That's unbelievably impressive.
Have you ever seen One Punch Man?
No, I haven't, but I think
it's so good.
I think you mentioned this during that episode.
Before he goes through, so we're nearly at the end of the first half of the Aeneid, and after this is the end of the fantasy bit. So they're going to go. Before they go, they have to go and see Anchises, his dad, for the final time.
But he's dead, Matt.
Yeah,
that means they have to go to the Underworld.
They're going to go to the Underworld. Yes, for the final time, we're going to the Underworld.
Woo!
Yeah, going downtown.
Name some of the other people we've been to the Underworld with.
Theseus and Theseus 2.0.
Oh yeah, we did.
Hercules.
Hercules went. He had a good time.
What was it called? Orpheus.
Orpheus and Eurydice had a good time.
Who else? Perseus.
Perseus went.
Odysseus. He went down there.
Odysseus went. And the daughter of somebody got taken by Hades. The one that has
Persephone.
Persephone.
Yeah.
She went just for half the time because she spends half the time with her mum and half the time with Hades. Yeah.
Sexy custody. So so a lot going on there. But if things recur to you, if things you remember halfway through, we can kind of go up.
Perfect. So they've just had a funeral for his dead dad, and a guy one punched a cow.
Yeah, that's all you need to know. So here we go then. At the opening of Book 6, Aeneas docks on the coast of Cumae in search of the Sibyl of Cumae.
Book 7.
It's Book 6.
That's a 7.
No, it's 5 plus 1.
Oh! 6. Carry on!
So what Dan saw is VI, which is Roman
for 6.
And he kind of... He's such a loser.
I thought earlier you said that the last one we did was Book 6.
No, Book 5.
Okay, I should have actually looked at the screen. Carry on!
I might give Carl Donnelly a call if she wants to do that. So, the Sibyl of Cumae is called Diaphobe. Upon locating the Sibyl in her grotto, Aeneas is ordered to sacrifice 7 steers.
Casual.
Yeah, just like, when's the last time you sacrificed a steer then?
A good couple of weeks now.
Oh, wow.
6 or 7, it was when we did it.
I did it on the way here.
No, that's the one you run over with your car.
Oh, sorry. By steer, I mean a human being. There was a genuine sincerity there. I was like, wow, oh my god. So he does so, and he promises Diophobe that if the fates allow him to build a city in Italy, he will raise a temple to Apollo and Diana. Finally, the Sibyl, possessed by Apollo, makes a prophecy. She tells Aeneas that he will reach the kingdom he seeks, but the Trojans will suffer through a horrible war over a quote, foreign bride, and he will have to confront a new Achilles. Dan, you have a question?
Yeah, I got my hand up thinking about it. Is a Sibyl like an oracle?
Kind of, yeah. She's kind of like a little creature who is the protector of like the gateway to the underworld. So Silver Cumai, she kind of is like a kind of a witch of the forest, I'd say. And have you got any other questions?
No, that's fine. I'll put my hand up when I do.
Also, it's kind of weird that in this text it quotes foreign bride, because that's it's foretelling what's going to happen in the next 6 books.
Yeah, foreign bride.
Does this sound a bit slightly...
Which is funny because the Trojan War was started because over a foreign bride.
Good point, Daniel.
God, I'm good.
You want that? You know what? Another. It's like that bit in Walton Gromit. No, that's a very niche callback.
That was a really niche reference. Wow.
Because that's in the trout. At what point do we just start... This is like just self-flagellation.
Yeah, there's actually... We've already lost enough viewers over the last few weeks.
Listeners. So, there's a lot of foretelling. So, Dan, take it away.
When the Sibyl has finished speaking... She went on for some time. When the Sibyl has finished speaking, Aeneas asks her whether he may be permitted to go before the shade of his father, Anchises. Diophobe tells him how to do so. He must pluck a golden branch from a tree, give burial to a friend of his who is defiling the fleet with death, and sacrifice black cattle as a peace offering.
There's a lot going on.
So there's 3 things he has to do.
So he has to...
Take a golden branch from a tree, bury a friend who's defiling a fleet with death, and sacrifice a black cattle. At first, Aeneas is uncertain which Trojan she is referring to, but upon returning to the camp, he discovers the body of Micenus, dashed on the rocks after challenging the gods.
Do you remember this?
Aeneas buries Micenus and goes out in search of the golden bow. He finds it with the help of Venus and sacrifices the steers. So is he a guy that died in the storm?
So I think at the end of the last episode, they're on the ship, and I think he gets killed by the gods, or something like that.
Wasn't there a guy who was like mutinying or something?
No, I don't think it was that. I think it might be in the Odyssey. There's Palinurus who kind of he fell off the top of the roof. And they had to bury him.
Of course,
it's mirroring that. But I think the gods. He was at the back. He was steering in the back. I might be wrong here, but I think he was steering the ship, and he was killed. He fell to sleep and fell in the water, and his body had just been.
Oh, of course, there was a guy that fell asleep. Yeah, there was a guy that fell asleep. Because it was as stupid as the guy in the Odyssey who just rolls off a roof.
Could you bury me? He's like, yeah, fine. And
you forget that during these ancient times, we're used to everyone dying by gods and war. Some people just fall off roofs and fall asleep in the sea. Like
that's how I want to die.
Yeah.
Would you rather fall off a roof or die in the sea? Be dashed on the
At least if you're asleep when you fall in the rocks, you probably don't really notice.
Yeah, but imagine how hammered you'd be. You have a really good night off. You know what I mean?
Woo, yeah.
And then, but also, yeah. Don't think I've convinced you there, but
no. Diophobe, seeing that, so he's done these tasks. Diophobe, seeing that Aeneas has completed all of his tasks, sends his companions away. Only Aeneas himself may accompany her on the journey to the Underworld to see his dad. As they approach the horrible monsters guarding the entrance, Aeneas is struck with fear, and he is only calmed when the Sibyl tells him that the creatures are nothing more than phantoms that can bring him no harm. The word phantom doesn't strike me as something that can bring you no harm.
Yeah, I think, but I think what's referenced, like in Hercules where they have all the souls and stuff like that, so they're all kind of there. They
can't do anything.
Yeah, they're just dead people.
Just casual, yeah. The pair approaches the river Styx, where Chiron, the boatman, ferries souls to the afterlife. Aeneas notices that some wretched souls are turned away, and the Sibyl explains that only souls whose bodies have been buried may cross. One of those wandering souls is Palinurus, who begs Aeneas to help him across. Diophobe promises Palinurus that she will send a plague to the residents of the area where his body lies unburied, so that it will give him a proper tomb.
Okay, so that's very intense. It was like, can you help me? Can you bury me, please? Like, oh, I can't. But what I can do is send locusts to the village. Right?
So they will go, oh my god, this is because we...
so we haven't part of the bins. Oh no. Okay.
Finally, after some difficult difficulty convincing Charon to allow living souls to pass, Deiphobia and Aeneas crossed the river. They passed by Cerberus, the three-headed dog that guards the riverbank, and they passed the souls of the deceased infants and those who were wrongfully executed. They then arrive in the fields of mourning, where those who have died from the pains of love wander in misery.
So in this whole section, we're kind of seeing the Underworld. Like, Virgil's painting us the scene from the good, the medium, to the evil as well. So, but
we've been here a few times, Matt. We know what it looks like.
If you want to see more, why don't you check out the Tour of Tartarus, episode 16.
It is there that Aeneas sees Dido, and he weeps to learn what become of her. That's his wife.
Well, so last time he saw her, he said goodbye to her, and she
it was in Troy.
No, in Carthage.
It was in Carthage.
No, not his wife. Dido is kind of
his new wife.
Now ex-wife.
Okay.
But to Dido...
The one that he got married with secretly in a cave.
Yeah, but he had a big breakup with her when he left, and he didn't know she's died, so he found out this way.
Of course, he didn't. So he's just found out that his wife's dead.
Well, his
second wife's dead. This girl's dead.
Yeah. His paramour, I'd say.
Okay.
But do you remember Dido's past relationships? Do you know why she was in Carthage?
No.
She had to escape Tyre, and she there's a guy called Pygmalion, not episode 8 Pygmalion, and he forced basically he killed Dido's then the king called Sichaeus, and who is Dido with?
But anyway, she's dead now.
Yeah,
and he just found out. That's a harsh way to find out.
Yeah, because imagine going down. Oh no, like that's the lady didn't really care enough about to tell her I was on my way.
Who was another Greek hero who found out their loved one? There's another guy. I swear.
Odysseus' mum.
That's it. Odysseus finds out his mum's dead because same way, right?
Yeah.
Is this mirroring that?
Well, absolutely.
Okay.
I think
because he's in the underworld. He's like, wait, that ghost looks like my mum.
Oh shit.
Oh shit.
But then again, I think it's more shocking for Aeneas right now because
he didn't leave that long ago.
Yeah, he left about, I'm going to say, a week ago.
Yeah.
So
and she's already dead.
Yeah.
Dido's shade refuses to hear his entreaties, and she flees into the woods in a rage to unite the... Oh god, my first big Greek words arrived, guys. After 5 weeks, I forgot
how to pronounce
stuff. Sichaeus?
Sichaeus.
That's exactly what I just said.
No, you said Sichaeus. Sichaeus, man.
Anyway, Dido runs into the woods in a rage to reunite Sichaeus with her dead husband.
So what's happened here is very much that Dido doesn't want anything to do with him. She's literally ghosting him. So
yeah.
Come on, that was a good joke. She's a ghost. Ghosting him.
She's a shade.
Oh come on! Can I say shade? She's giving him shade.
Right,
then
do it again. I'll laugh.
Okay. I guess she's literally ghosting him. It's such a dick.
It's
such a dick. Such a dick.
Oh my goodness.
Such a dick.
Ghosting. Ghosting. That's really tickled me.
I genuinely hope that the listener did that authentically and the real first one way around.
Oh, that's really tickled me.
It's such a prick. You know, I'm not going to laugh at any of your jokes now. Because every time I tell you some quality content, you never laugh.
You'll laugh at some of my jokes.
Okay. So basically, she's ignoring him. And Dido, so she's there with her true love, not with Aeneas. So Aeneas has been pretty bummed out, you know.
Take it away.
Next, Aeneas passes through the land where the souls of war heroes reside. He is momentarily distracted when he sees Priam's son, Deiphobus. Is that the reason why you passed so long? Did you want to say that? Deiphobus.
No, it wasn't actually. That's quite a funny word.
So,
Deiphobia and Deiphobus.
Yeah, there's quite a similar name. He must have been rolling out names at this point. So Deiphobus, who married Helen following Paris' death, but was betrayed by her and put to death. I didn't know about that. So
I didn't know about that.
Helen remarried to Deiphobus, but under suspicion circumstances he was killed.
Wow, I didn't know she remarried after Paris.
So, it's interesting. At Deiphobes, not Deiphobus, Deiphobes urging, they move on, and they encounter a fortress guarded by the terrible Tisphone, who wearing a bloody mantle.
Ooh, yeah.
Have you got a bloody mantle, Dan?
Always.
Is it a bloody mantle? Isn't it covered in blood? Or a bloody mantle?
Bloody mantles. I think it's like, bloody mantle.
Tisfinit.
Oh, I'm gonna wear this bloody mantle.
Oh, bloody mantle. What?
Oh, so heavy, this bloody mantle. What's a mantle? It's like a chest piece.
Yeah, what is a mantle?
It's like an arm. It's like a chest piece of an armour, is it?
Maybe you should wear a mantelpiece.
Yeah, he's just
Got a shelf. Here's a weird thing, very tangentially related. My grandma once said to me, it's like, to me and my brother, it's like, oh, you should see anyone when we were teenagers. It's like, no, I'm not seeing anyone, you know. Oh, and she goes, well, you should find a girl to practice on. She said this, it's like, a girl to practice on. So what do you mean by that, Grandma? He goes, well, you know, when you're poking the fire, you're not staring at the mantelpiece. I was like, holy shit! So basically, have sex with any girl, doesn't matter if she's good looking or not, because just practice, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wow, Grandma, thanks.
Wow,
That's
Grandma.
why I don't see you anymore.
Is that the grandma I still met?
Yes.
Wow.
So what I'm saying, Dan, is I can have a look at your mantelpiece. I'm not sure if that's stay into it. This is quite horrible, isn't it?
It's really horrible.
My dad said that once as well.
Well, he would do because he was raised by that woman.
Yeah. What's my dad used to say? Another really annoying phrase. He goes, "Oh, if your granddad had tits, he'd be my grandma." I was like, that doesn't work.
That's not how gender works. Yeah.
Anyway, we've hit the lull of the episode. Let's get back up there. Diaphobes urging on the bloody mantle. Horrified, Aeneas asks what the sins were of those who live inside of Tartarus, and Diaphobes replies that the souls being tortured within have committed the gravest of sins, such as adultery, dishonouring the gods, and incest. What? It's really interesting. Come on, mate, nothing for that. That's a second. Okay, not as good as ghosting, but pretty good, Dan.
Do it again.
Dishonouring the gods, adultery, and incest. What? It's really interesting. Such a prick. Such a prick.
Is that in the jingle? It's in the jingle.
Such a prick.
I really. You really are today.
What's really annoying me is that I actually feel happy when you laugh. I take it as right. Okay, finally. Alright, so we see Tartarus. It's really
We've seen Tartarus. There's loads of people that have done some bad stuff. It's also nice to know that the Romans and Greeks feel that dishonouring the gods is equal to incest.
Yeah, obviously dishonouring the gods is way worse.
Way worse.
But also, they haven't mentioned murder or anything like that, but dishonouring the gods, having sex with random people, and incest. All things which the gods do on a daily basis, right?
Yeah.
So is it really that unholy?
That's true, actually, yeah.
Murder has to be up there, right?
Depends, doesn't it? All context.
Well, you know. But also sacrificing steer is okay. I'm just pointing out the hypocrisy, Dan. So, anyway, finally, Aeneas arrives in the groves of the blessedness, where he finds Anchises. He's obviously in a good egg. He was a good egg.
He's dad's a good egg.
And you might have seen this before, but he tries to throw his arms around his father, but only grabs air. He did that in Troy when his wife, Bruiser, died, and he tried to kill her. He doesn't understand the concept of ghost.
Yeah, he doesn't know what ghost is.
He goes, hey, you're really ghosting me right now.
Well, that doesn't count. That's the same joke twice.
Okay, I've made 2 jokes. That's good for a podcast episode.
Yeah.
And for my Edinburgh show. 2 stars. And finally, Aeneas arrives in the groves of the blessedness, and he throws arms around his dad. Anchises describes that the many wonders of Elysium to Aeneas, and he then focuses on the great future in store for Aeneas and his descendants. He says, "My tongue will now reveal the fame that is come to Dardan's sons." So when Aeneas notices the souls hovering over a river, Anchises explains that the river is called Lethe, and that drinking from it, souls are stripped of any memory of their former lives, and then return to Earth to begin life in a new body. So essentially...
So the souls go to the Underworld, they drink from this river, and then they forget, they get their memory wiped, and then their souls go into another living person, like a newborn baby or something.
Yeah, absolutely. There's that kind of reincarnation. I think that's supposed to be Roman propaganda to say that you were once Trojan, but now you're Roman. You know, you're part of And basically, there's a huge queue of people.
And that you'll live again. It's fine.
Absolutely. That's supposed to play into chaos and that war. But also, so there's a long line of people just waiting to strip their memories and stuff like that. So this is an important bit for the Roman propaganda because, as you might remember, that Virgil was writing this under the time of Augustus, and he was Augustus was his patron as well, so he would pay him money to give to allow him to write for a living, but also you have to put stuff about Augustus as well. So, Anchises points out several souls who would have been significant to Virgil's audience. So people in the future, it's kind of like
it's the propaganda bit now.
Yes, but it's also kind of like pointing at famous people, but like, hey, look at that. It's like seeing. It's kind of like having it's cameos. Like they first have a look at Romulus, the founder of Rome, and the star of episode 25. Ascanius' descendants, like Julius Caesar, Augustus himself. Tears springs from Anchises' eyes when he points out the handsome young Marcellus, Augustus' heir, who died at a young age. And it's like this sad moment that this young man doesn't know what tragic life he's going to have. And I don't know why anyone cares.
Yeah, but back then it was pretty raw in their minds.
Yeah, but also it kind of defies the point of what they're... You know what I mean? How does book 6 end, Dan?
Anchises leads Aeneas and Diophobia out of the underworld. There are 2 gates of sleep through which to exit, one made of horn and the other of ivory. Aeneas and the Sibyl choose the ivory gate for their return to earth. Aeneas rejoins his companions and the fleet sets out to sail once again. No context of what the difference would have been had they have gone through
they
the
have
horn?
not. I can't remember that bit, and I don't know why they've mentioned it. But, so, quite a lot going on here. So
essentially, all of that, we've finished the book, it's just them going to the underworld and coming back out again.
So here's a good question.
So what was the point of him going to see his dad?
Good question.
Was it just for propaganda reasons?
For the narrative reasons, yes. And also to mirror the Odyssey. But also, in terms of the narrative, I think they were meant to get some information from Anchises.
I don't think they have.
Well, I think it's the Dardans...
Is that the information? The fact that in the underworld people can come back again? And famous Romans have done this.
But also, like, that's not enough information, I'm pretty sure. Because Anchises came to him in the dream, like, oh, let me tell you, come to the underworld. That's essentially the equivalent of going, like, your parent ringing up and, oh, can you come around for, like, you know, where we can have a talk, and then they talk about baked beans for half an hour, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't even know what the point was.
I think he just wanted company. But
yeah,
also,
I think he did.
He had to get his son to defy the laws of the universe, to go into the underworld, defy all that supernatural being. And she went, yeah, I just wanted to talk to you about Darwin's sons. Like, what? Just call me, you know what I mean? So, is this the most underwhelming underworld experience you've had?
Yes.
Yeah, it's pretty bad, isn't it?
Yeah.
But also, so we saw Fields of Morning, Elysium and Tartarus.
Yeah.
Which one was your favourite? Why would you buy a house?
I'll buy a house in Elysium.
Because it's a good place.
It's a good place.
How much would it cost in Elysium?
Probably a couple 100,000, I would imagine, for a 3-bed.
Mexican pesos.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what it would be in Mexican pesos.
Anyway, time to rank this, and let's go and have another jingle. I was waiting if you wanted to take the lead on this, but I'll do it.
Hey, welcome back.
Such a dick today.
Welcome back. It is the 3rd and final part of the episode.
And in this, Dan, what do we usually do?
We do every time, is rank this mother.
We do 4 categories: life skills, morals, creativity, and ability.
These are ranked out of 10 to give us a total score out of 40.
And now, let's do life skills. Practical things we learn.
Things we learn. We learn how to go to the underworld, Matt.
We'll learn how to... we'll learn the difference how to be good and evil. Like, for example...
Is that a life skill or moral?
That's true. Good point. We learn how to dishonour the gods, have adulterous sex, and have incest. We learn how to laugh at a really funny joke.
Yeah, we learn how you can't hug a ghost.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's really good. We learned lineage and
we learn how to get a loved one to go to the underworld. You have to bury them.
Yes, we also learned how to walk through a gate.
Yeah, we learned how to walk through.
That is scraping the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah, we really are. Oh, of course, we learned how to we learned how to do the whole. He had to kill some steers, pluck a branch. What was that thing?
Yeah, sacrificing rituals, stuff like that.
That was to get into the underworld, was it?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so we learned how to do all the rituals to get into the underworld. That is big.
We learned how to deal with breakup.
We learned how to deal with breakup.
Slight moral on there, but yeah. We also learned
how to ghost someone.
Fuck off. Seriously, fuck right off. Not much else though. Just a lot of sightseeing.
A lot of sightseeing.
This is in the next episode. We're going to get into more war territory and kind of like more.
Ooh, nice.
So it's going to be more action,
people focused.
But this is more kind of like it's more of a big old callback to the Odyssey, I would say. So I don't think it's that good. I think it's okay.
Ready to do a countdown, and then we'll say what we think.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, 4. There we go.
Nice. Morals.
Kind of touched on views already.
Don't incest. Don't defile the gods.
Yep.
Don't murder or adulterate.
And also we're seeing that if you want to live a good life, you have to be pious and also care about stuff. Also, you gotta be buried to. There's a lot of burial rites here, right?
Yeah.
Don't.
Also, there's a deeper moral here about once people are gone, they're gone.
But also,
because he couldn't hug his dad. His dad's gonna have his memory wiped, and his soul's gonna go like.
It's kind of a.
You've got to accept death,
but also accept death because they live on in a different way.
Yeah, exactly. They're still around, just not with you, and that's okay because other people deserve to have their happiness too.
That's really sweet. It's actually a lovely moral. My moral is don't worry, bloody mantle.
Don't
worry,
bloody mantle.
Don't be my grandma. Yeah, I think that's, again, not that much. I think it's quite a dull one in comparison to other things. Oh, the Dido. That's a major point there, morals. Is that if you fuck someone over and you never say sorry or apologise,
that's a big moral, yeah. And then they die, you'll feel bad because they'll still remember you.
So make sure you make up for the things in life when you have the chance to.
Say sorry when you have the chance, apologise when you've wronged someone.
Because he's trying in that moment there to kind of say, oh, I'm really sorry and stuff like that, but it's also she's not having any of it as well. So I think that's the biggest moral point I'd say in this. And because of that, I'm going to say 3, 2, 1, 6. We're in sync. Creativity.
I think it's pretty creative. Very similar to the Odyssey.
I think that loses points.
This we got a little bit more special stuff. We actually got to see the individual parts a little bit more, I think.
Yeah, we see a whole canvas.
We understand exactly why people are there.
We also see more of Helen's story as well.
We see a lot more her propaganda. It's pretty clever, I guess, from a creativity point of view. The narrative.
We see a little bit more depth to the Underworld.
We do see more depth. That's true.
Not just how low we go in it.
I think we see more. I feel like I really like. It was building on core concepts of the Underworld we already knew.
That's what I mean.
But it was fleshing them out a bit more.
It adds another layer, but I'm not sure how much is that worth. Do you know what I mean? Because I think it's okay, but I still think the idea of going to the Underworld and not that much has happened. Do you know what I mean?
Yes,
I expected more from the Underworld.
Yeah.
I'm thinking maybe a 3, 2, 1, 5.
5. Yeah, I was going 4 or 5. I think 5. It's fair. It's pretty average. I don't think it's below average.
We get supernatural, but it's basic supernatural.
Yeah. WTF.
Dido again.
Yeah, that's a bit WTF.
And also, I
think the biggest WTF for me is the fact that they went all the way to the Underworld to see his dad. They got there, he just chatted shit, and then they left.
That's like the equivalent of winning.
There's a lot. It's dangerous to go to the Underworld because you might get trapped there, as we know from Orpheus and Eurydice. It's
for sure.
You've got to be careful. It's not just it's not a holiday.
He sacrificed his life for not that much. I think also WTF that he's bringing real life people into the literally, and they're saying that these people are good people. That these are fundamentally the best people. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of a weird one. And also, I think we have the bloody mantle as well. Also, the fact I think with Dido, to go back to Dido, also there's monsters like Cerberus and Karen and Sybil killing people, killing stuff like killing the steers. But I think the more fucked up thing is that I suppose this is more creativity, but the fact that Aeneas isn't perfect. He's made a mistake, he's fucked up, and this isn't not really WTF, but just a weird thing we haven't really seen before. And yeah, the fact that he's messed up, and so people, he has that kind of human contact, you know what I mean? So I don't know, maybe something like that. So, but not crazy. Maybe 4 or 5. What do you think?
I think 4.
Yeah, 4. So that's 19.
Let me do the maths. 4 plus 6 is 10. Add
Oh my
5
God.
is 15. Add 4 is 19.
So thank you for this. Dan, do you know what you haven't done for a while?
What have I done for a while?
You have not done the social media.
I haven't. Will I still remember it?
Yeah, let's find out. It's all down to
81
you.
episodes, I hope so. Well, I haven't done 81 episodes actually, have I?
Yeah, you've really done more like. Here we go, Dan. Take it away.
Right, guys, thanks for listening. I hope you've enjoyed the fact that I've been back. I certainly have also enjoyed the fact that I've been back. Social media is...
Oh, by the way, one of Dan's jobs whilst I was away was to do social media and plug it. Dan, how much of that did you do?
So follow us on...
You prick.
Follow us on Facebook and Twitter at Miffs Podcast, or email us misspodcast@gmail.com.
What kind of things do you get in contact with us
You
about?
can get in contact with us about Miffs you liked, Miffs you didn't like. Where's
so
the
bad.
weirdest place you've listened to Miffs?
Yeah.
What's your favourite Miffs? What Miffs would you like us to do in the future?
Yes.
Thoughts you have on Miffs. We'd like to hear what people thought of them.
And and who do you prefer, Dan or Matt? Are you a Matt fan or a Dan fan?
Matt fan or a Dan fan? If you say anyone who was a special guest, we're cancelling the podcast.
Yeah, we will actually. We're that fragile at the moment. But also, where can people review us?
People can review us on iTunes. Give us 5 stars.
And also any podcast provider. And on top of that, if you want to give us money, you can find us on the Patreon page down below. You can get secret little gifts. We have.
We do a lot of bonus. I wouldn't say a lot. We do bonus material.
We do bonus material when we remember to do it. But we would like more money in that. So if you can give us like $1 a month or something like that, or even like
it does actually cost us to do this.
Yeah, we kind of it costs a lot of money. So if you do like the podcast, you enjoy it. First, if you can donate, please do that. Either a one-off donation or a monthly one, or beyond that. If you like it but you can't afford it, tell a friend. That's more work.
That is all we care about. People listening
and money. Get your rich friends to listen to us.
Get your rich friends to listen to it.
And beyond that, it's probably time to go. Dan, good to be back.
It's been really good to be back. Has it been good to be back, Matt?
See you next week. No, it's been lovely, Dan. It's been a pleasure. Should we hug?
Should we still... I mean, every time we say goodbye on the closet, they know we make out.
Yeah, I mean, it's the subtext is there, right? Because we always have to edit that because it's usually 24 minutes of just straight kissing. I don't know, not straight.
It's not straight, yeah. It's definitely not straight.
It's pretty intense. So let's for that first time, let's not edit it out.
Okay. Bye, guys.
Oh yeah. Thank you, sir. Oh my god.
Bye. Go sleep.
Miffs. 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 Miffs.
Whilst I find a pen, do you want to read out my song?
Yeah. This will be bonus material, worst case scenario. Wait, what is this? Is this like...
For the end of my show.
Oh, wow. I don't know what tune it goes to, but I can do it.
do I.
This is Matt's description of a song he's written. This is a song about learning to be yourself and how to change meaning. At one point, you think you are a homeless man murdering someone, but you can change the meaning and become something better. Right, let's see if that makes sense. Sam has got a promotion. Sarah's got a brand new phone. I don't know why I'm doing it to the tune of Susie has admiration and I'm sat at home alone. Tony just had his wedding. James has 3 kids. Joan got a gold in sledding, whereas my life had hit the skids. I live my life in abject fear because you can only be happy on social media. Your life is only good on Facebook. You are on funny on Twitter. You only pretty on Instagram. You are on funny on Twitter. You are only pretty on Instagram. In reality, life is shitter. Don't stress when life don't according to plan, cause baby, here comes your man. Etc. Yeah, sometimes it hurts. You come to the end of your wick, like having your heart broken, or my auntie saying you got a wee dick. Life ain't a straight path, weird things are in the way, like getting your brother some weird gifts for Valentine's Day. So learn to be happy, don't be such a sap. Be proud of your brilliant self. Live your life to the cat flap. In the cat flap. I have no idea what that means. You gotta be true to yourself. You sing your very own chord. Just want to say I lied earlier. I really want to win an award. Tell your friends how much you love this show, especially if you're a reviewer with 5 stars to bestow.
2 stars.
But you have got to... Do you get any 5-star reviews?
Carry on.
But you have got to take that risk. That is what true love should be. How else will you find that person who you'll cover your knees with pee? Oh, you did the knee story.
Don't say a name.
Pistol over her knees. Don't stress when life don't go according to plan, because baby, here comes your man. Here comes your man. Matt, it's a nice song. What's the song about the homeless man at the beginning? I don't get that.
Did you not see the show? Isn't that in the show? Here Comes Your Man. The show, because I thought it was a song about love, but my opening routine is about how much I'm murdering someone.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what it's all about. That'll be in the Patreon, but we'll just take it to the end of the episode. So yeah. A lot of people in that bit laughed at how I sang, so not in a good way.